this way, doing all these shows. I've been on the road, I don't care where I go, as long as I get paid. Bad little vibe, she been on my mind. Soon as I get back, she getting straight. Do this all the time, this ain't no surprise. Every other night another movie getting paid. Jump to the heart, no stand to the road, you know I'm running down. Off this way, doing all these shows. I've been on the road, I don't care where I go, as long as I get paid. Bad little vibe, she been on my mind. Soon as I get back, she getting straight. Do this all the time, this ain't no surprise. Every other night another movie getting made. Jump to the heart, don't stand too close, you gon' fuck around and drown. Off this way, doing all these shows. I've been on the road, I don't care where I go, as long as I get paid. Bad little vibe, she been on my mind. Soon as I get back, she getting straight. Do this all the time, this ain't no surprise. Every other night another movie getting made. Jump to the heart, don't stand too close, you gon' fuck around and drown. Off this way, doing all these shows. I've been on the road, I don't care where I go, as long as I get paid. Bad little vibe, she been on my mind. Soon as I get back, she getting straight. Do this all the time, this ain't no surprise. Every other night another movie getting made. Jump to the heart, don't stand too close, you gon' fuck around and drown. Off this way, doing all these shows. I've been on the road, I don't care where I go, as long as I get paid. Bad little vibe, she been on my mind. Soon as I get back, she getting straight. Do this all the time, this ain't no surprise. Every other night another movie getting made. Jump to the heart, don't stand too close, you gon' fuck around and drown. Off this way, doing all these shows. I've been on the road, I don't care where I go, as long as I get paid. Bad little vibe, she been on my mind. Soon as I get back, she getting straight. Do this all the time, this ain't no surprise. Every other night another movie getting made.
Hello.
Hello and welcome back to the shed for another contest between the Harvey County rivals. It's going to be a good night, boys.
Yeah, you know, number 1 ranked Halstead versus number 2 ranked Hesston. There's no better matchup.
Rematch from the sub-state final in southeast of Saline last year. I believe it was a really close game.
It was
one possession.
One score game.
Hard-fought game down there. Halstead looking for their revenge tonight.
Yeah, you know, last year during regular season, Halstead had them. Hesston lost to them, but Hesston beat them when it mattered the most. So,
Yep. We welcome our visiting Halstead Dragons to the shed. For the starting lineup for the Dragons, it's going to be number 1, Addison Wills, a 5'5" junior. Number 3, Casey Young, a 5'6" senior. Number 4, Jordy Schroeder, a 5'8" sophomore. Number 5, Piper Schroeder, a 5'5" sophomore. And number 24, Delana Schutte, a 5'9" senior.
and your starter for your Heston Swathers will be 5'10" senior Kendall Brugan, 5'3" junior Callie Yoder, 5'10" senior Abby Proctor, 5'8" senior Casey Mason, and 5'6" senior Ava McGill.
It's going to be a good one, boys. I'm excited. It's loud. There's a lot of people here on a Tuesday night.
Yeah. You know, we didn't have to wait as long to get back in the shed this time, so that's always a good feeling.
You know, boys, what do you think Matt Richardson told the Heston girls tonight to prep them?
You know, he's got to go out and play hard, just limit the turnovers. Obviously, last week against Bueller, a little bit loose with the ball, so just hopefully keeping possessions.
Got to play fast for the Swathers.
Quick layup by Callie Yoder.
Start there for the Swathers. Young with it. Left wing. Over to Wills. Wills back to Young. Young tip pass by Yoder, stolen by Proctor. Proctor 2 dribbles, over to Callie Yoder on the wing. Back cut Kendall Brugan. Looks like they're running a box in 1. Wills to take it in transition. Wills to slow it up. Over to Schroeder. Schroeder 2 dribbles, pull up, off the mark. Ava McGill with the rebound. Yoder to bring it up for the Swathers, setting up the offense. Passing to senior teammate Ava McGill. Ava McGill trapped, looking for somebody. Goes it to Abby Proctor. Being guarded tightly by Wills. Proctor to Mason. Casey to Callie, and stolen by Wills. Wills all the way down the floor. Left-handed scoop shot layup just off the mark. Yoder with the ball. Mason calling for it down low. Callie Yoder, great play in transition.
Piper Schroeder to take the ball up the court. Passes to Willis. Good. Rebounded by Callie Yoder. Pushes the ball up the court to Kendall Brugan. Swathers looking to set something up on offense. Tipped away by Delana Schutte. Remains Heston ball.
J.C. Proctor in for the Swathers. And number 14, Bailey Bernal in for the Dragons.
McGill to inbound for the Swathers. Out to J.C. Proctor, over to Brugan. Brugan looking to shoot, being guarded tightly by Young. Over to Callie Yoder. McGill looking to shoot, swings it to Callie Yoder. Pump fake into the lane. And the Dragons take it away. Piper Schroeder in transition. Over to Wills, over to Delana Schutte. 1 dribble left, pull up, off the mark. Inside, and we have a foul. Bailey Bernal will go to shoot 2.
So far in today's game, there is 5 minutes and 43 seconds left in the first period. 4-0, Heston is up. Both scores for Heston would be Callie and Casey Mason, with both having 2 points.
Jaden Williams in for the Swathers. Bernal's first free throw is good.
And her second free throw is good. Dragons running a full court press. Swathers break it easily. Stripped away by the Dragons. Willis to Casey Young. Just off.
Dragons just having a tough time getting anything to fall here in the first 3 minutes. Brugan looking behind the back, over to Proctor, out to Yoder. Quick trigger.
Good shot by Callie Yoder to bring the Swathers up by 5 points. Willis with the 3, just left. Good rebound by J.C. Proctor. Jaden Williams pushing the ball up the court. Kendall Brugan on the wing.
Swathers looking to get it down low, and we got a bump foul on Casey Young.
That's going to be Casey Young's first personal foul. In for the Dragons, it's going to be Jordy Schroeder, and in for the Swathers, it's going to be Abby Proctor.
Proctor to inbound, into Yoder. Yoder back to Proctor. Proctor to Williams. Callie Yoder, right side on the Heston side. Over to Proctor to top the key. Williams in the corner. Two-step dribble drive off the mark. Schroeder with the rebound. Over to Wills. Wills down the floor. Big skip pass to the other Schroeder sister. Off the mark. Delana Schutte with the ball on the wing. Over to Piper Schroeder. Piper back to Delana. In the corner to Wills. Back up top to Jordy. Over to Piper. Piper one dribble left. Over to her sister. For three, off the mark. J.C. Proctor with the rebound.
Kendall Brugan pushing the ball up the court. Callie Yoder inside. Good scoop layup.
Callie Yoder now has 7, leading the Heston Swathers 9-2.
Piper Schroeder with the shot, just a little bit long. Good rebound by Piper Schroeder, or Jody Schroeder, excuse me.
Halstead up in there, full court pressure. Kendall splits the defense.
Tough layup.
That'll be an and one for Kendall Brugan.
You know, the Dragons are playing some very tough defense right now. I mean, Swathers aren't getting any easy buckets. So
That foul is going to go on Delana Schutte. In for the Swathers, it's going to be Casey Mason and Ashley Lehman. Brugan will shoot one free throw.
her free throw is good. Delana Schutte inbounding the ball. Dragons push the ball up fast inside. Wills, good layup. You know, quick little transition bucket. Just trying to get a little bit of momentum. Ashton with the ball on the wing. Passes to Kendall Brugan. Looks for the shot, nothing there. Abby Proctor with the ball on top of the key. Passes to Ava McGill. Shot by Abby Proctor, just a little bit left. Swathers just couldn't get any looks on that play, you know, just had to settle for the three.
A lot of stagnant offense there by the Swathers.
Piper Schroeder in for the Dragons.
You know, I've already noticed that the Dragons have made a couple of substitutions, so maybe that depth will play a huge role in this game. Casey Young with the ball in the wing. Piper Schroeder with the shot, just right. Good rebound by the Swathers.
Full court pressure again by the Dragons. Brugan looking to break it herself. Behind the back, 2 dribbles over to Ashley Lehman. And knocked out of bounds by number 14, Bailey Burnell.
J.C. Proctor and Callie Yoder in for Heston. Heston to inbound the basketball.
Bang, bang.
Shot, good shot by Kendall Brugan. Brings the Swathers lead up to 9 points.
Kendall Brugan now has 6 points for tonight.
The Dragons are going to call a timeout. You know, so far I'm noticing the Dragons are getting a lot of shots. They're just not falling. If those shots start to fall, the Swathers are in trouble.
SSL would like to say thank you for the Beneficent Heartland Foundation for being a 2024-2025 sponsor. The Beneficent Heartland Foundation is reinvesting in rural Kansas communities with a focus on the revitalization of downtown Heston, economic development, child care services, and community wellness. Thank you.
It is currently 2 minutes, 4 seconds left in this period. 15-6, Heston has a huge score. You know, boys, it looks like Heston can really just get whatever they want right now. Halstead needs to, hopefully Halstead's coach figured something out in the huddle just now in the timeout and figure something out.
I wouldn't be shocked if Halstead moves into like a 2-3 zone or something to maybe get us flustered. Or like a trap or something.
Piper Schroeder bring the ball up. Passes to Bailey Bernal on the wing. Looks inside. Delana Schutte with the three. No good. Rebound by the Swathers. Kendall Brugan looking to push the ball up the court. Stolen by Delana Schutte. Piper Schroeder with the ball. Looks for the shot, nothing there. Stolen by the Swathers. Callie Yoder. Kendall Bruggen with the three. Bang! Good shot by Kendall Bruggen with the three to bring the Swathers lead up to 12.
It's a good sign for the Swathers. Kendall didn't really shoot it well on Friday, but she's started out hot here for the Swathers.
It would seem that the Swathers are in the zone themselves.
Piper Schroeder with it, top of the key. 2 dribbles right, driving on J.C. Proctor. Kind of threw the ball at the rim there, and Bruggen looks to push. Bruggen stopped, 15-foot jump shot, off the mark, and Casey Young with the rebound. Young back the other way, looking to push, running right past the Swathers. Knocked out of bounds by Ava McGill.
Ladies and gentlemen, right now, Kendall Bruggen is leading Heston Swathers with 9 points. It is currently 58 seconds left with 18-6. Heston with again with a huge lead.
Wills to inbound and kicked out of bounds by the Dragons, and the Swathers will retain possession.
Abby Proctor inbound the ball. Good crossover by Kendall Bruggen. Passes Callie Yoder on the wing. Looks for the shot. Nothing there. Stolen away by Wills. Foul on Callie Yoder.
That'll be Callie Yoder's first personal and the Swathers' second team foul of the quarter. 40 seconds remaining in this first period.
Nedich bringing the ball up the court. Passes to Wills. Skip pass stolen by Kendall Bruggen. Taking the ball inside. Swatted down by Wills.
And a foul is going to be called on, I believe, that's going to be Casey Young. In for the Dragons, it's going to be Piper Schroeder. Heston to inbound the ball.
Stolen away by the Dragons, looking to push the ball up. Foul by Callie Yoder. That will be her second personal foul. You know, this early in the quarter, it's not really good at getting in foul trouble. So,
you know, both teams right now, two of their starters have 2 fouls. So they got to limit those fouls, especially this early in the game.
Piper Schroeder with it on the wing. Over to Wills. Wills, 2 dribbles. Piper Schroeder pump fake into the lane, out to over to Wills for 3. In and out.
And that's going to do it for the first quarter here at the Shed. 18-6, the Swathers lead.
Some stats for the Heston Swathers right now. Kendall Bruggen has 9 points, and I believe she's 2 for 2 at the 3-point line. And Callie Yoder has 7, and Casey Mason has 2.
And for the Dragons, Addison Wills has 2. Jordy Schroeder has 2, and Bailey Brunel has 2. You know, I really think that this Halsted team's good. They're undefeated this year. They're ranked number 2 in 3A. They're gonna come back firing. They're gonna make adjustments at the quarter, at the half, and this team's been down, I'm sure, at times this season, so they'll find ways to come back and make this a game.
For sure, there's definitely a reason why they're ranked number 2 in Halstead's ranked number 2.
no, Halstead's ranked number 1.
Halstead's ranked 2, I believe. Heston's 1.
Oh, then I guess I saw the wrong thing.
Anyways, there's a reason why
yeah.
they're ranked number 2, and they definitely have some talent on their team, so hopefully they can close this gap a little bit.
I've also noticed that Halstead loves to push the ball in transition, and they're very fast when they do it.
And with that being said, they have a deep bench, so they're not going to get tired. So, I mean, this game's going to, same with Heston though, they also have a deep bench. So this is going to be a fast-paced game all night, I believe.
Starting the quarter, it's 18-6. Heston with a great lead.
Wills with the ball in the wing. Passes to Piper Schroeder. Jody Schroeder with the ball. Tipped away by the Swathers.
Wills to inbound for the Dragons. Wills looking for anybody. Out to Jordy Schroeder. Jordy Schroeder looking for a teammate. Over to Piper Schroeder. Piper back inside to Bailey. Over to Jordy Schroeder.
Swathers in a 2-3.
Almost a travel.
Over to Wills. Off the mark.
Jaden Williams taking the ball up the court. Passes to Ava McGill on the wing. Abby Proctor with the ball on top of the key. Kendall Brugan dribbling up. Loses the ball a little bit. Gets on the floor. I believe it'll be
a backcourt violation, I believe.
Dragon Ball. Schroeder with the ball on top of the key. Passes to her sister, Bernal. Schroeder. Good skip pass to the corner, Bernal. Midi. Connor Brugan.
Williams with it on the wing. Being guarded by Jordy Schroeder. Over to Abby Proctor. Looks like Halstead's playing a lot more in the passing lanes. To Jaden Williams, short. Rebound by Wills. 3-on-2 for the Dragons. Wills will just take it in over to Jordy Schroeder. Drug the pivot foot there a little bit. And Casey Mason gets the ball. Williams with it up the court. Proctor with it on top of the key. Over to Ava McGill, looking to pass the ball over Jaden Williams. Jaden Williams just stripped by Wills. And Wills is looking to get up the floor. Pull up from 15, long, Piper with the rebound. Foul before the shot on Ava McGill.
That'll be Ava McGill's first personal foul and the team's first personal foul for the quarter. 5 minutes, 57 seconds remain. 18-6. Swathers with the lead. Halstead with the ball.
Wills inbound the ball. Skip pass to Delana Schutte. Charge taken by Casey Mason. Swather ball. You know,
Sorry, go ahead.
we've seen Casey Mason take a couple of good charges in these last couple of games, so just having somebody that's willing to put their body on the line to be able to take those quick turnovers is good.
Brugan with it at the top of the key, over to Yoder. Yoder with it, over to Ava McGill. McGill to Brugan. Brugan crossover, three-pointer, in and out. Wills with the rebound. Wills has been everywhere, and now she's driving in transition. Over to Nedich. Nedich to Piper Schroeder for three, off the mark. Colliding is Brugan and Bernal, but Swathers end up with the basketball.
Callie Yoder bringing the ball up the court. Tipped away by Wills. Remains Swather ball.
You know, I think Halstead's doing a good job speeding up the Swathers, creating turnovers, and they're getting a lot of opportunities on offense. Those shots will start falling at some point.
Asher Lehman did just check into the game for the Heston Swathers.
Yoder with it at the top of the key, over to her junior companion, Lehman. Yoder, 15-footer.
Good jumper.
That is Callie Yoder's 9th point for tonight.
Really good sign for Swathers, spreading out scoring. Somebody new scoring the ball every night. Wills with it, over to Bernal. Bernal strong off the glass, and Brugan slows it down in transition. Over to Yoder. Down to Proctor, back to Yoder. Yoder, two dribbles into the corner, into the trap.
Throws it away.
And out of all of that, a jump ball is going to be called, and it's going to stay with the Swathers. Abby Proctor subbing in for Casey Mason for Heston.
JC Proctor, oh, excuse me, what were you going to say?
And for the Dragons, it's going to be Jordy Schroeder.
JC Proctor to inbound the ball. Callie Yoder setting up an offense. Dribble handoff to JC Proctor, getting flustered on
Foul.
defense.
I believe that's going to be on Delana Schutte. If so, that's going to be her third foul. But no, that is going to go on Addison Wills. That will be her first personal foul and Halstead's second team foul.
Kendall Brugan with the ball. Between the legs, pass, back, no good. Back up again, and one by JC Proctor. Good shot.
That would be JC Proctor's first 2 points. Let's see if she can make it 3.
And that foul is going to go on Jordy Schroeder. That will be her first personal foul and Halstead's third team foul of the quarter. JC Proctor with her first free throw.
Swathers up 22-6 with 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Wills to bring it up for the Dragons. Facilitating the offense, telling her teammates where to go. Passes it over to Young. Young playing with 2 fouls. Schutte with 2 fouls as well. And Callie Yoder. Young with it, top of the key. Screened by Jordy Schroeder. Out to Schutte in the corner for 3. Long. And Wills with the rebound. And foul goes on.
I believe Abby Proctor.
Medic will shoot 2 free throws.
You know, both teams are playing very aggressive defense in this game. I mean, the Halstead Dragons have played a lot of very up close to whoever's dribbling the ball. So, but it hasn't paid off as much as they would think so. So maybe they'll try to back off a little bit.
Dragons go 0 for 2 from the line, and the Swathers will bring it up the floor. Swathers a little give and go action. Proctor keeps it at top of the key. 3 dribbles with her left hand and passes it to no man's land, but Kendall Brugan retains possession. Into JC Proctor.
Good pass.
Layup off the mark.
JC Proctor will go to the line for 2 free throws.
That foul is going to go on Jordy Schroeder, and that's going to be her second personal foul. Proctor to shoot 2 free throws.
Her first free throw is good.
In for the Dragons, it's going to be Bailey Bernal and Piper Schroeder. JC Proctor is going to miss her first free throw, but the ball is going to be tipped out of bounds, staying with Heston. In for the Swathers, Ava McGill.
Good play by Abby Proctor.
In and out. Bailey Bernal taking the ball up the court. Throws it away.
Throws it over Piper Schroeder's head into the Swather bench.
Swather ball.
And the Dragons just need to get a little bit of momentum. Once they get that momentum, they'll be good and they'll make a comeback. But for now, they just need to stop the Swathers and play solid basketball.
Proctor with it, top of the key. Being guarded by Schutte. Over to Yoder, over to McGill in the corner. Shot for 3 off the heel. And foul on Kendall Brugan.
That'll be Kendall Brugan's first personal foul tonight. It is 2 minutes and 44 seconds, 23-6 Heston.
Foul counts 4-3 in favor of Heston.
Delaney,
you got it, player.
Wills with the ball in the corner, dribbles inside. Schroeder with the shot, off right.
And Jordy Schroeder appeared to fall down after her shot. And she is walking off the court slowly. We hope she's okay and she can come back in this game.
Wills to inbound for the Dragons into Nedich. Nedich at the top of the key. Over to Piper Schroeder. Piper Schroeder over to Nedich. Over to Schutte in the corner. Schutte over to Wills. Wills top of the key left. And it'll be a jump ball between Schutte and Proctor. And Halstead will retain possession.
And you can hear the crowds getting into it a little bit here. That'll happen. This is a big game.
Delana Schutte with the shot. Casey Mason actually takes a charge.
That's going to be your second charge of the game taken, I believe.
That was a little bit of an interesting play. A little bit of a late charge, I'd say.
Looking back at the replay, Piper Schroeder looked like she was a little bit out of control. And good take by Casey Mason.
Halstead will take a timeout, and there is 2 minutes and 6 seconds left in the second quarter. 23-6, Swathers lead the Dragons.
You know, this has been a very, very fast-paced game. You know, I mean, Swathers have led all game. I mean, I feel like both teams are playing good defense. The Swathers have just done a very good job of breaking that.
You know, I've mentioned this multiple times already, but Halstead, they're getting the shots. They're taking many shots, several every possession almost. They're just not flying. They'll eventually sink, and when they do sink, they'll get some points on the board, and they'll make this a game.
A little bit of a stat line for Heston Swathers. Kendall Brugan tied for the leading scorer right now with 9. Callie Yoder with the other tie with 9, and Casey Mason with 2. Score is currently 23-6 with 2 minutes left until halftime.
For the Dragons, Addison Wills has 2, Jordy Schroeder with 2, and Bailey Bernal with 2. Halstead to appear in a full court zone defense.
Timeout taken by Matt Richardson for the Heston Swathers. You know, they just couldn't really break that press, so instead of losing the ball, it's just better to call a timeout.
Seems like this game might get a little physical. Both these teams are both very hard-working teams, I would say. So definitely expect a little bit of a scrappy basketball game today.
Would any of you happen to know who is in the sub-state for the Heston Swathers?
I would have to look. I know Cheney, Collegiate, Nemaha Central, I believe.
Oh, is it the same for the boys and girls?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Oh,
Halstead.
yeah.
Halstead. There's a few more. Is Marysville? I don't know why, but I thought Marysville. I know Nemaha Central is, and they're pretty far north.
Kendall Brugan take the ball.
Southeast of Saline's also in it.
Okay.
Callie Yoder on the wing. Ava McGill passes to Kendall Brugan in the corner. Drives baseline. No good.
And it's going to be a moving screen.
It's a hook personal foul on Casey Mason down there on the baseline.
And for the Dragons, it's going to be Casey Young.
Piper Schroeder would take the ball up for the Dragons. Casey Young passes to Wills, passes to Schroeder. Skip pass, stolen by Kendall Brugan, pushing the ball up the court. Step back.
Bank's open, I guess.
Not at this time of night, but it is in the shed.
Kendall Brugan is 3 for 4 at the three-point line, or at the three-point line.
Delana Schutte with the shot, just a little bit undershot. Abby Proctor taking the ball up the court. Passes to Callie Yoder. Ava McGill on the ball at the corner. Kendall Bruggen being guarded heavily.
And a foul is going to be called on Piper Schroeder. That'll be her second. Well, let me make sure that that foul was actually called on her. And it was. That'll be her second personal foul. And that's going to put Heston in the bonus. So Kendall Bruggen will shoot 2 free throws.
That might be the last person that you'd want to foul for some free throws.
Kendall Bruggen's first free throw is good.
For the Swathers, J.C. Proctor and Jaden Williams. And sorry, Connor, didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're good. Kendall Bruggen's second free throw is just off.
Piper Schroeder with it, being guarded by Jaden Williams. Over to Wills. Wills over to Shooty in the corner. Back to Wills. Back to Young. Young 2 dribbles drive. Over to Bernal in the lane. Out. Great
Shooter
play.
with the shot.
And a jump ball is going to be called, and that's going to be Heston's ball, I believe.
A little bit of a physical play, you know. It's always, you know, both teams fighting for a lot, so expect a lot of physicality.
Swathers up 27-6 with 27 seconds to go here in this second quarter.
Swathers looking to get the last shot. Halstead will not allow that.
And good defense by Halstead, speeding up the Swathers.
Dragons do get the steal.
And that's exactly what you needed going into half for Halstead, creating a turnover. That's what they've been doing good all night. They've sped up the Swathers several times, created turnovers, and forced Coach Matt Richardson to call timeouts.
See if Halstead can get some momentum going into halftime. Young
Casey
pushing
Young
up the floor. Over to Shooty. Back to Piper Schroeder at the top of the key. To Young in the corner for a shot.
Bang! There it is. Good shot. That is exactly what the Halstead Dragons needed going into halftime. Just a bit good momentum play.
Heston's going to lead 27-9 at the end of the half. And Halstead has some work to do, but that shot right there will give them some momentum going into the second half. Stay tuned. This game is not over yet.
You want to give us the stats for the half, boys?
Connor, go ahead.
A little bit of stats for the Heston girls. Kendall Bruggen has 13, Callie Yoder has 9, and Casey Mason has 2.
And for the Dragons, Addison Wills will have 2, Casey Young will have 3, Jordy Schroeder will have 2, and Bailey Bernal will have 2.
You know, when you look up at the score, it can't be a full reflection of the game because the Dragons have taken a lot of good shots. They just happen to not fall. So I feel like once the shots start falling, you know, they'll get back in this game pretty quickly.
Yes, definitely. Stay tuned for the second half here on SSN. We'll be back.
Welcome back to the second half for the Dragons versus Heston Swathers matchup for the girls. As we begin the second half, I've been in that locker room. The Halstead coaches were really just trying to give them some motivation to hopefully get some good shots down and, you know, keep playing their hard defense. I know the Swathers have broke it a couple times, but as long as they can get some shots down, I mean, they'll be back in this game pretty quickly.
I mean, they're ranked second in 3A for a reason, so.
And I mean, they've been in situations like this before, you know, from previous years. Piper Schroeder taking the ball. Passes to Bernal on the wing. Delana Schutte. Casey Young to Bernal. To Wills. Casey Young with the three-point. Just left, excuse me.
Great ball movement by the Dragons on that first possession. And Yoder will look to push. Looks like Dragons are looking to play a lot more trap offense on the Swathers and make them get away from the traps. Yoder with it in the corner for three. Just off the mark, and foul on Abby Proctor, her second personal.
And in that situation, it's just not a necessary foul at the time. A little swat. Just going for the ball, though. Nothing you can do about it.
Wills taking the ball up the court for the Dragons. Schroeder with the ball. Passes back to Wills. To Schutte. Back up to Wills. To Schroeder. Dribbles inside. Bounce pass. Almost stolen. I believe there was a foul.
Yep, it's going to be on
Ava
McGill.
Wills inbounding the ball. Dragons looking to get something going on offense here.
Wills with it on the wing. Over to Young. Young, two dribbles right over to Wills. Wills kick out to Schutte in the corner. Schutte short, Yoder with the rebound.
Skip pass to Kendall Brugan, dribbles inside.
Off the side of the backboard. Wills to push.
Bernal, no good.
Off of Abby Proctor, I believe.
It remains Dragon ball. Wills to inbound. Passes to Casey Young on the corner. Looking inside, nothing there. Passes to Schroeder on top of the key. Wills with the ball. Passes back to Casey Young. Quick pass to Schutte. Back to Casey Young on top of the key. Swathers playing some very good defense. Ooh, little underhand layup. Good shot.
And for the tough defense she was going against, that was a nice shot. Able to get in there pretty easily.
Calior with the ball on top of the key. Good cut by Kendall Brugan, stolen away by the Dragons. Wills looking to push the ball up the court.
Stripped by Piper Schroeder. Young with it.
Ooh.
Gets upended and just pops right back up like nothing happened.
And is that foul going to be on Casey Mason?
Is that her third personal?
I think that's going to be her third, yes. Nope, excuse me, her second. Oh, that will be her third. And then J.C. Proctor is going to come in for Casey Mason for the Swathers.
Wilson on the ball. Passes to Bernal on the block. Passes up to Schroeder. Willis on the wing. Floater, no good, just off the side. Swathers looking to push the ball up the court. Ava McGill breaking the trap. To Abby Proctor. Looks inside, nowhere to go. Handoff to Kendall Brugan. Good defense by Casey Young. Abby Proctor.
Swathers have looked really uncharacteristic with the basketball this half, just being really loose. A lot of turnovers.
Good pick and roll by Abby Proctor.
Great help side by Addison Wills.
And I think that foul is going to be called on Addison Wills. And that will be her second personal foul. Halstead is going to have one team foul for the quarter. Jordy Schroeder in for the Dragons. Heston going to inbound the basketball.
McGill with it, inbounding out to Bergen in the corner. Bergen looking to drive over to Calioter, pump fake, 2 dribbles, middle of the lane, and the ball is poked away by Wills, and the Halstead basket.
And Halstead's doing a very good job right now about creating turnovers, and they're getting a lot of possessions. That's what they need to do in order to come back in this game.
Schroeder taking the ball up the court, passes to Casey Young on the wing. To Schroeder on top of the key.
Swathers up 27-11, 4.5 minutes to go in the third. Young with it, top of the key, into Jordy Schroeder. Jordy Schroeder.
Tipped away. It will be Heston ball. Correction, it will be Dragon ball as it was tipped away by the Swathers.
And Coach Matt Richardson for the Swathers disagrees with the call, but you know, you still have to give props to these refs, always making calls on the fly in a packed place like this.
Young with it. Yoder on her. Out to Jordy Schroeder, over to sister Piper Schroeder. Out to Young in the corner for 3. A little bit right. And we got a foul on the Swathers.
And that foul is going to be on Kendall Brugan. Her second personal foul.
Up to Bernal. Tipped away by Callie Yoder. It will remain Dragon ball. Wills to inbound. Passes to Bernal. Piper Schroeder with the floater. It's just short. Got her own rebound. Puts it up again. No good. Callie Yoder. Abby Proctor taking the ball up the court. Pass to Ava McGill. Good crossover by Abby Proctor. Ava McGill. Swathers getting no good looks.
Great defense here by the Dragons. Proctor driving baseline and just lost it out of bounds. Off of the Dragons.
Ashley Lehman in for the Swathers. And for the Dragons, it's going to be Delana Schutte and Nedish.
Ashley Lehman to inbound. Kendall Brugan jumper, cash.
First shot of one of the first shots of the half for the Swathers. First good look, and it goes down.
Brugan now has 15 for tonight.
Nedich with it, top of the key, over to Wills, back to Nedich for 3.
Hey! Good shot by Nedich.
And it's a 15-point game, just like that.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Halstead starts sinking some shots after that in a momentum change.
Calioto takes a shot, is no good. Wills taking the ball up. Nedich, again, no good.
Same spot, off the mark. Brugan will take it.
Swathers really just need to slow things down a little bit. You don't want to rush too much.
Find your shot.
Ashley Lehman on the wing. Passes inside to Abby Proctor. Gets fouled on the shot.
I believe that's going to be on Delana Schutte. That will be her third personal.
I think it's on Nedich.
Oh, it was on Nedish.
Abby Proctor will shoot 2 free throws.
It is currently 2 minutes, 24 seconds in the third period. 29-14, Heston with the lead.
Abby Proctor's first free throw is no good. She sinks her second.
And Jaden Williams is going to check in for the Swathers. Heston leads by 16.
Wills with it on the Swather, over to Young. Young inside to Wills. Batted away by Proctor, but Young dribbles on the baseline, and it will be Swather basketball.
And Ava McGill is going to check in for the Swathers.
Ashley Lehman will take a breather.
Just a little bit loose with the ball there. You know, just really need to get as many possessions as possible.
A little pressure here by the Dragons. Swather's got to get it across.
Kendall Brugan showing off her bag. No good.
Off of J.C. Proctor, it will be Dragon Ball. Piper Schroeder in for the Dragons. 1:52 to go in the third period. 30-14 Swathers.
Wills with it. Handoff to Schroeder. Passes back to Wills. Looking for somebody, no good.
Jordy Schroeder with it on the wing. Dribbles on Callie Yoder. Callie Yoder with a poke. And stolen back away by Nedich. Nedich to Piper Schroeder at the top of the key. Over to Jordy Schroeder. Jordy, few dribbles right, then she goes back left over to Nedich, top of the key. Nedich looking for anyone open. Down, free throw line extended for Piper Schroeder. Piper Schroeder will run around, and she got fouled by
J.C. Proctor.
Jaden Williams, her first personal. As the Swathers' fifth personal team foul, so Piper Schroeder will shoot 2 free throws.
Swish, nothing but the bottom of the net for her first free throw.
Her second free throw is good.
Bailey Bernal and Casey Young will check in for the Dragons.
Cuts down the lead to 14 points.
Dragons back in their full court, five-man full court or half court pressure. Yoder goes to the coffin corner and gets trapped and just heaves it up, and Schutte with the steal up to Young. Young missed the layup, and Brugan with the rebound, looking to get it across herself. Over to Yoder. Yoder got it across. Tipped by Young up to Piper Schroeder. Back and forth action with the turnovers and a blocking foul against Kendall Brugan. Piper Schroeder will shoot 2 free throws.
Halstead seems like they found a way to overwhelm Heston on the offensive side. They just can't keep the ball. Turnover after turnover is just brutal so far.
And Kendall will have 3 fouls after that one that she committed.
Piper's first free throw will be no good.
Ashley Lehman will check in for the Swathers.
Second free throw is no good also. J.C. Proctor getting on the floor.
Jump ball, possession arrow to the Swathers.
Swathers looking to break the press.
Bergen to Lehman. Lehman up to J.C. Proctor, over to Bergen. Bergen, red line three-pointer off the mark, and Lehman gets the rebound. Back out to Bergen. Bergen, Schutte coming with a double behind. Poked away by Piper Schroeder. And she will shoot a right-handed layup. 12-point game here in the Shed. A little bit of momentum here for the Dragons. Swathers have had no answer, only scoring 3 points this quarter.
Kind of an odd defensive set for the Dragons. I'm trying to figure out what they're doing.
It's like they're kind of in a 4 across.
Yeah, I don't really
back.
know. Whatever they're doing though, it's working because they're forcing the turnovers they need.
Addison Wills to check in for the Dragons. My apologies.
Nedic will pick up her 3rd personal foul and Halstead's 3rd team foul of the quarter.
J.C. Proctor with on the key. Kendall Brugan looking for the shot. No good, just off.
Definitely a low-scoring quarter for Hesston that 3rd period. Some stat line for the Hesston Swathers. Kendall Brugan with 15, Callie Yoder with 9, Abby Proctor with 1, and Casey Mason with 2.
And for Halstead, they're starting to heat up a little bit. Addison Wills, 2 points. Casey Young with 5. Jordy Schroeder with 2. Piper Schroeder with 4. Bailey Brunel with 2. And Nedish with 3.
You know, coming out of halftime, that is exactly what the Halstead Dragons needed. You know, just held the Swathers to, I believe, 3 points, you know, and they scored 9 themselves. So, you know, if they keep on doing that, we're in for a good 4th quarter battle.
You know, if Halstead, like you said, Peter, is doing a good job on the defensive side, if Halstead can find that person on offense and close the gap for him, definitely will be a 4th quarter game.
Yeah, I mean, they've taken some good shots, you know, just haven't fallen. So hopefully they can start falling more in this half or in this quarter, excuse me, like they did in the 3rd quarter.
Swathers only attempted 3 shots that quarter, and 2 of them were red line 3s from Kendall Brugan. So Swathers got to find better shot selection. They were outscored 9-3 in that 3rd quarter. That full court press is really getting them.
And I'm sure Derek Schutte had made some 3rd quarter adjustments, and this will be a good quarter, I believe.
Casey Young with it on the wing. Passes up to Schutte on top of the key, back to Young. It looks inside for Bernal. Throws it away.
Dangerous pass.
Saved by Schutte. Passes to Schroeder. Bounce pass to Casey Young. Look, goes inside. It will be Heston ball as she loses the dribble.
She might have lost it out of bounds, but it gives them time to set up their press, which is huge here late in the game.
Swathers break the press easily. McGill with it on the wing. Passes up to Kendall Brugan. Goes inside. Dump off. Shoot. Abby Proctor will be fouled. She will be going to the charity stripe.
Love the vocabulary, Peter.
Thank you.
I don't think I've ever heard that before. I'm not going to lie.
The what?
The charity.
Charity stripe. Because, like, it's free.
Rusty says it all the time.
Huh.
Rusty, what's your long time? Broadcaster in Heston.
I guess you could kind of say our mentor, too. Gave us a few tips. Addison Wills will pick up her 3rd personal foul as Abby Proctor shoots 2 shots.
She sinks both of her free throws.
Abby Proctor now has 3.
Casey Young will take the ball up. Passes to Wills on the wing. Goes inside. Floater. No good.
Yoder with the rebound. Yoder looking good on the left side of the floor. Splits the trap. Going all the way. And stolen by Casey Young. A little miscommunication between Yoder and Brugan there. Pushing, tipped by Callie Yoder, and Brugan will push all the way down the floor. Not enough English on the shot, and Young will take it. It's like Brugan is a little shaken up, but she'll get back into play.
Jumper cash. Nothing but the bottom of the net. So Dragons looking to apply some pressure.
Swathers just need to slow down, take their time.
But you could see the Dragons are not going to let them do that. Putting 2 people on whoever has the ball at one time, almost every single time. That's what I've been noticing at least.
McGill to inbound. Passes to Casey Mason, dumps it off to Callie Yoder. Up to Abby Proctor. Ava McGill open. Casey Mason passes it. Abby Proctor inside, takes a shot, just rolls.
32-20 here. Swathers ahead. 6:14 to go here in the quarter, or in the game. Casey Young with it, top of the key, over to Piper Schroeder, into Addison Wells, up to Piper Schroeder, tipped by Callie Yoder, and Bergen will take it in transition. Bergen right-hand layup, got it. Timeout Swathers.
It is 34-20 with 5 minutes and 58 seconds left in today's game. Kendall Brugan has 17, Callie Yoder has 9, Abby Proctor has 3, Casey Mason has 2.
And JC Proctor has 3 as well.
Sorry, JC Proctor has 3.
For the Dragons, Addison Wills will have 4, Casey Young will have 5, Jordy Schroeder will have 2, Piper Schroeder will have 4, Bailey Burnell will have 2, and Onika Nedish will have 3.
You know, the Swathers did a very good job of adjusting to the full court press that the Dragons have thrown on them. So, I mean, now it's kind of just like a coaching battle, you know, just who can scheme up better plays and just trying to get something going.
A little bit off topic, but basketball related. What's your guys' opinion on the Luka trade?
I was very shocked, you know, that was probably the last thing I would expect to see on a Saturday night.
Yeah, big buzz in sports, that's for sure.
I definitely think the King is going to get his this year again with Luka by his side. Definitely very possible to get another ring, you know, probably another MVP. The King is just the greatest basketball I've ever seen.
I think we get it, Connor. Thank you.
No, the GOAT is Michael Jordan. Anyways.
Oh, back to basketball is 5 minutes and 45 seconds left with 34-20 Heston.
Piper Schroeder with it on the wing, guarded by Callie Yoder, over to Casey Young. Swathers back in their zone, over to Addison Wells, and just tied up there by Ava McGill to give the Swathers the possession arrow. Yoder to inbound. Halstead will set up their press. Yoder into McGill, back to Yoder. Yoder back to McGill, back to Yoder, over to Proctor. Just like that, the press is broken. Over to Brugan. Brugan back to Proctor. Proctor to Yoder. Yoder to McGill. McGill to Brugan, and Brugan runs over not Addison Wills, but Casey Young, my apologies. Over to younger Proctor. Yoder with it, top the key. Over to McGill, inside to Abby Proctor, and that will be the 4th personal foul on Addison Wells.
You know, very good offensive possession, you know, just trying to chew some of that clock down. Kind of frustrating a little bit for the Dragons, as, I mean, they're playing good defense, they just can't get the turnovers that they need.
And for the Dragons, it's going to be Jordy Schroeder, and Addison Wills will go to the bench.
Good to see her back in the game. Abby Proctor with it on the wing. Pass up to Callie Yoder to JC Proctor. Back up to Callie Yoder. Back to JC Proctor. To Miguel on the wing. To Kendall Brugan. To Yoder. Takes a shot. It's cash. Nothing but the bottom of the net.
Looks like she was hit on the arm there as she shot, but still goes in. Halstead will retain possession.
Shooty with it on the wing. Passes to Piper on the corner. It will be tipped away by the Swathers. Remains Dragon ball. Jordy to inbound. Pass up to Schroeder. Back up to Jordy. Swathers playing some very good defense to Casey Young. Jordy. Casey Young. Back up to Piper. Bounce pass, corner, no good. Swathers taking the ball up the court.
Yoder with it, midcourt, with Casey Young on her. Over to Bergen. Bergen on the wing, over to McGill. McGill back to Proctor. Swathers just doing a little handoff action. Over to
Good
McGill.
flare. It will remain Heston ball, excuse me.
Casey Mason will check in for the Swathers.
McGill to inbound for the Swathers. Into J.C. Proctor. Casey Mason with her own rebound and a nice left-handed layup.
Casey Mason now has 4 for tonight.
Bernal inside, kicks out to Piper. Casey Young with the shot. Bang! Good shot by Casey Young.
That is huge. That is a great 3.
That'll put Casey Young at 8 points on the night. I believe her second 3 as well.
Yoder with it, top of the key, over to McGill. McGill dribbling right, over to Bruggen. Bruggen back to Yoder, over to McGill. Guards passing it around. Bruggen inside, out to Proctor, over to McGill. McGill to Proctor, into Yoder.
Very good offense by the Heston Swathers.
And a foul will be called on Jordy Schroeder. That will be her 3rd personal foul of the game. And the Dragons will have 3 team fouls of the quarter. And for the Dragons, it's going to be number 1, Addison Wills, number 23, Anika Nedish.
Swathers to inbound. J.C. Proctor, layup is good. Good little screen in action there by the Swathers, finding a wide open J.C. Proctor into the basket.
Callie Yoder to inbound the ball for the Swathers. Dragons remain in the full court press. Passes to Yoder. Passes to Casey Mason. Back up to Yoder. To Bruggen. Foul by, I believe that is Casey Young.
That'll be her 3rd personal foul. And Halstead will have 14 fouls of the quarter.
40-23. Swathers up, 2:21 to go here in the quarter. And we have a substitution here by Halstead.
Ainsley Farmer, Tess Williams, and Chloe Schaff.
And Brett Young.
And Brett Young, yes.
You know, you have to give the, the Dragons props. I mean, they played very good defense all around. I mean, the Swathers were just able to, just outplay him offensively, you know. The Dragons got the shots that they wanted. You just gotta hope that they fall.
Bruggen throws it to no man's land. Back out. Yoder dribble drive left, back out to Proctor for 3. Just short, and Casey Mason will get the pushing violation.
Casey Mason will pick her 4th personal. And a big substitution for the Swathers, J.C. Proctor, Jaden Williams, Ashley Lehman, and Rayanne Grillo, leaving only Ava McGill on the court for the Swathers.
Tess Williams dribbling around the wing. Passes to Nedic. Dribbles inside. Loses her dribble. Heston ball. Jaden Williams taking the ball up the court. Being guarded by Ainsley Farmer. Grillo. Back to Williams.
Swathers up 17 here, minute and 24 seconds to go.
McGill with the ball. To Lehman. Back to Williams in the corner. Up to Grillo. Back to Lehman. Up to McGill. To the corner to Jaden Williams. Back up to J.C. Proctor. Back out to Williams. Inside shot. Oh.
And it looks like Swathers are just trying to move the ball around and chew some clock towards the end of this game.
Lehman with it on the wing. Top of the key. McGill. Grilio.
Great job here tonight by the Swathers, playing really good defense in the first half. As Nedich picks up her 4th personal, and Ava McGill will go to the line to shoot 2. But as I was saying, great job by the Swathers tonight. Got up to a big lead in the first half, retained that lead in the second half. And yeah.
Halstead next week will be playing Hillsborough at Hillsborough. Another H-Town rivalry between those two. That'll be a good game. Hesston, I'm sorry, I don't know if I said next week, but Friday they'll be playing Hillsborough. And Heston on Friday will be playing Larned at Larned, I believe.
A little bit of a trek, but we'll get there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, you have to go to that, Eli, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
It's quite the trip.
It's on a Friday, though, so it's not as bad.
That is true. In for the Swathers,
Kylie Ward.
it's going to be Kylie Warden.
Nedich to bring it up for the Dragons. Gets it across quickly. Over to Farmer. Farmer for 3 off the mark. And rebound by the Dragons. Over to Farmer. Not Farmer. Halstead to drive. Ashley Lehman with the ball underneath the basket. And the Swathers will dribble it out. They got to get it across half court. And
What were you going to say?
And the Swathers with a dominant win over a really good opponent by 18 points, so that'll look good on the resume.
Oh, yeah, definitely. For the Dragons, points tonight, Addison Wills with 4, Casey Young with 8, Jordy Schroeder with 2, Piper Schroeder with 4, Bailey Bernal with 2, and Neddish with 3.
And for the Swathers, the leading scorer will be Kendall Brugan with 17, Callie Yoder with 11, Abby Proctor with 3, Casey Mason with 4, and JC Proctor with 3.
And with that, Halstead will move 12-1 on the season. The Swathers will move on to 12-0. And that'll do it for the H-Town rivalry here at the Shed. Good game, and these teams will probably see each other again in Sub-State for another good game.
It's also huge in league play because the best 2 teams in the, or I don't know about Haven, but there's two of the best teams in the league. Heston got a head-to-head matchup win here, so.
Well, stay tuned for the boys game. We'll be back with you.
Good night, God bless.